Welcome, lore seekers. Today we're diving deep into one of the most inscrutable figures in Dungeons & Dragons cosmology, Primus, the One and the Prime. As the absolute master of Mechanus and the Modrons, Primus stands as the ultimate embodiment of cosmic order, wielding control over destiny, law, and the very shape of the multiverse's machinery. To understand Primus, we first look to the origins of Mechanus, the clockwork nirvana. Mechanus is a plane defined by order, an infinity of interlocking gears, each turning with mathematical precision. Here, everything is balanced, day and night, heat and cold, structure and purpose. Even consciousness itself aligns to the relentless ticking of cosmic law. According to ancient planar chronicles, in the primordial age of creation, the multiverse was chaos incarnate. From that primordial soup emerged a unique entity, sometimes called the Prime Architect. Driven by a vision of flawless order known as the Accordant Expanse, the Prime Architect shaped reality's first rules. But as order took hold, chaos fought back. Minute corruptions and anomalies appeared, spreading like a cancer. The greatest of these threats was Macthum-Gatha, the nine-tongued worm, a monstrous power from the far realm whose appetite threatened to unmake everything the architect had built. A titanic battle ensued between the Prime Architect and Macthum-Gatha. The details remain lost in the mists of planar memory, but it's said the Prime Architect prevailed at the cost of its own existence, sacrificing itself to preserve the new order from being devoured by the far realm's hungry chaos. Born from this sacrifice, the Prime Architect's essence fractured and recombined into countless mechanical beings, the Modrons. The Modrons sealed breaches to the far realm and then built their home, Mechanus. There, after 289 years, the four highest Modrons united in a pool of pure order, and thus Primus, the One and the Prime, was born. Primus is not merely a ruler, it's the living axis of Mechanus and the Modron race. Imagine a golden-skinned androgynous humanoid, half submerged within an infinite energy pool within Regulus, the city machine at Mechanus's heart. Primus's hands remain unseen, one cloaked in rainbow radiance, the other in shadowy clouds. The Infinity Web binds Primus to all of Mechanus. Through this vast telepathic network, Primus issues commands to every Modron and can observe the plane through their eyes. This gives Primus near omniscient awareness within Mechanus, directing law and order to a near perfect degree, at least to its definition of perfection. Modrons themselves represent pure order with a rigid hierarchy reflecting their shapes. The more facets with complexity and intelligence Modrons possess, the higher their standing. From billions of monodrones to a handful of powerful secondi, all swear obedient allegiance to their supreme Modron, Primus. Modron society is based on total obedience. Each Modron recognizes only one rank higher and follows its orders without question. All Modrons, however, know Primus exists, and its directives are the immutable law of their cosmos. On Mechanus, individuality and deviation are anathema to their perfect machine logic. At the peak of this hierarchy are the four secondi, each governing a quadrant of Regulus. When Primus is destroyed or dies, a secundus is promoted, becoming the new Primus, ensuring unbroken order in the chain of command. This cyclical system is as relentless as Mechanus's turning gears. So what is Primus's personality like? To mortals, Primus is the living avatar of logic, incapable of sentiment, humor, or improvisation. Its decisions are guided by pure utility, balance, and law. While some sages believe Primus is only concerned with mechanizing Mechanus, others argue it seeks to spread perfect order to the entire multiverse. Primus's divine power is considered godlike within Mechanus. It can transport beings across planes simply by touch. Its right hand sending them to Arcadia, the left hand to Acheron. Yet Primus is not truly immortal. If slain, it is instantly replaced through strict promotion. The machine never stops. The Grand Orrery is Primus's most enigmatic possession, a cosmic calculator capable of predicting and orchestrating vast changes among the planes and the spheres themselves. Through its calculations, Primus surveys the cosmos, planning actions that harmonize the planes with the principle of law. Now let's take a closer look at the Modrons, Primus's agents of universal order. These beings are not simply mindless constructs. Each is a unique mix of clockwork and flesh, reflecting its rank. Monodrones are simple laborers. Higher castes act as envoys, tacticians, or even viceroys. All are utterly loyal, operating with tireless logic and self-sacrifice. There are 14 castes in Modron society, split into base and hierarch Modrons. Each caste is responsible for a distinct function, whether it's menial work, communication, logistics, or direct governance. The multitudes of lesser Modrons provide the literal and figurative workforce for the endless tasks of Mechanus. Modrons are immune to mind and emotion-affecting effects, and possess strong resistances to elemental dangers. The hierarchs, those higher up, wield magical powers such as clairvoyance, wall of force, and teleportation at will, a testament to their innate connection to Primus and the infinity web. Modrons don't eat, breathe, or drink like other creatures. Instead, they require an energy-rich, psychomorphic jelly, harvested and stored in regulus. Periodic consumption of this substance keeps them from degrading, a process as meticulously regulated as every other aspect of their existence. Primus's reach is not absolute, however. Occasionally, Modrons go rogue, estranged from the infinity web, cut off from Order's guiding hand. These rare Modrons may develop a degree of independence, sometimes becoming objects of curiosity or chaos in the planes. But Primus always seeks to restore or eliminate such aberrations. One of Primus's most curious attempts to expand law came with the Spawning Stone. By casting this relic of order into limbo, Primus hoped to impose structure on a plane of pure chaos. Yet chaos had the last laugh. The result was the birth of the Sladi, a race embodying randomness and entropy. The Sladi quickly wiped out every Modron outpost in limbo, an eternal reminder of the limits even Primus faces. Primus is sometimes called upon as a judge in the most cosmic of disputes. Records hold that it once mediated the trial of Asmodeus, ensuring the Lord of the Nine Hells would forever be bound to law, not mere tyranny or chaos. The weight of Primus's judgments echoes across eons. Now, let's confront the ultimate counterforce to Primus, Mak-Thum-Ngatha, the nine-tongued worm. Representing the deepest madness and destruction of the far realm, Mak-Thum-Ngatha stands in eternal opposition to order, a cosmic worm ever straining to consume reality itself. Worshipped only by aberrations and their deranged cultists, Mak-Thum-Ngatha wants to unravel all boundaries and consume every world. In Modron myth, it was the ancient foe that nearly unmade creation, a foe that still seeks, through its cults and agents, to breach the multiverse's ordered defenses. Because of the constant cosmic threat posed by chaos, Primus commands the Modrons to perform the Great Modron March every 289 years. This massive undertaking sees Modrons traveling through all outer planes, activating and surveying portals while spreading order, their true goal known only to Primus. The cycle of the march is set by Mechanus's largest gear, a testament to the inescapable scheduling of law. The march traverses the gate towns of the Outlands and every outer plane in the Great Wheel. The journey is perilous, few Modrons survive, and the ranks are often thinned by the dangers and conflicts of the lower planes, especially the chaotic Great Blood War. Each march is led by a Quinton, responsible for keeping records and guiding the force. Below them are Hextons, Septons, and Octons, each orchestrating their own layers of duty. Monodrones and Duodrones follow, driven by a coordinated logic only achievable in Mechanus. The march attracts the attention of planar powers, adventurers, and monsters alike. Yet, the true purpose of the march remains a mystery. Some suggest it's reconnaissance or recalibration of the multiverse. Others believe it's a cosmic ritual to reinforce the structure of Mechanus and the outer planes. Whatever the truth, only Primus knows the exact calculations and logic involved. The march has been interrupted before. In one of the most infamous incidents, Primus was assassinated by Tenebris, the evil vestige of Orcus. Tenebris usurped Primus's place and initiated a march years ahead of schedule, leaving chaos in its wake and thousands of modrons stranded throughout the planes. This catastrophe led to a schism among the modrons. A tainted Secundus rebelled against the succession process and led nearly 1 million modrons to Acheron. The loss crippled Mechanus's defenses and exposed the vulnerabilities even in Primus's grand order, a flaw only chaos could exploit. Whenever Primus is slain, one of the 4 Secundi, the viceroys of Mechanus, is promoted. The transition is seamless, but the trauma can ripple throughout Mechanus. The former Primus becomes a vestige, drifting through the multiverse, while the new Prime resumes the unending duties of law and order. In addition to the march, Primus is infamous for initiating projects to impose order elsewhere. Its attempt to reform Limbo failed, but it is undeterred, always seeking new ways to expand law's reach, whether through manipulating events, arbitrating cosmic trials, or calculating the next grand orrery cycle. Despite this relentless logic, Primus is not worshipped in the mortal sense. Modrons revere Primus, but there are no temples and few mortal cults. Primus's followers are those of pure order, sometimes sponsoring neutral-aligned spellcasters and always focused on the preservation and spread of law. Mechanus endures as a bastion of pure law, yet it is never free from challenge. Outside, the far realm waits, its aberrant horrors always seeking to breach reality. And within, even a being as powerful as Primus must continually calibrate and adapt, lest flaws spread once more. Order, it seems, is a battle eternally fought, never quite won. That concludes our deep dive into Primus, Lord of Mechanus, and the cosmic struggle between order and chaos. If you've encountered modrons or heard the grinding of Mechanus's gears in your campaign, remember, every seemingly random event may be but another calculation of Primus, ensuring the universe ticks on according to plan.